All right, Scotts Hill students, welcome back. We are 2 months in to the QuaranTeam report. This is a major milestone for all of us involved here. With us being 2 months in, we have finally found some brand new guest stars to join us again. I would like to welcome to you all Mr. Ryan Lambert and also Mr. Garrett Burns. They're going to bring it with us today. They're going to share some insight and some thoughts on all the goings-on of the church and all of our other topics today. So, first of all, starting with you, Ryan, would you like to tell the people who you are and how your ministry has been handling the COVID-19 situation?
Yeah. So I'm the kids ministry director, and it has been wild. It's been absolutely wild because when this first all happened, we were told, like, you will all be doing video, period. Like, there's no real choice in this. So it was like, all right, I better step up and learn something new or I'm going to fail. So it was hard at first, but I think now we're at a point where, since we've been doing it for 8 weeks, it's becoming more natural. Yeah. So it's becoming something I'm looking forward to. We get to be creative with it, so I'm enjoying that part. But it's still not in my comfort zone. It's not something I'm wired to do naturally. So so it's been a trip and a half, but I've had a lot of great people helping me along with it.
Sweet. Awesome. And for those of you who don't know, Summer, who was on a few weeks ago, is Ryan's wife, and she has been helping them out as well, making awesome videos as well. So you guys should check out their YouTube channel. It's Scotts Hill Kids.
Scotts Hill Kids.
So check that out if you need more content to binge over the weekend.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Binging.
Garrett, what about you?
Oh, so he gave it away. My name is Garrett Burns. I'm the college ministry director. We've got a couple of directors up here, and I would agree with Ryan that it's been kind of crazy, kind of wild, doing a lot of things that wasn't natural for me at first, but I actually think it's gonna turn out to be a real blessing to the ministry, all the ministries really, as we've all had to go out of our comfort zone, learn to do things we're not naturally equipped to do, and so I think it's made ministry. So oddly enough, I feel like it becomes, video makes you feel impersonal. But what it's actually caused me to do anyway with the college ministry is to become more personal. Gotcha. Really learn to show personality through the camera, and write letters to people, have conversations with people over the phone, just call them up to check in on people. I think it's made ministry more personal, actually, whereas if you would have told me beforehand, I would have thought it would have really separated us.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. So with all that being said, now that you know everyone in the room, we're going to jump into some stories for you guys today. So up first, this one is a bit of a doozy, and it makes me feel a little bit sad, but it's also really funny. So daughter secretly dyes the family dog green, and her mom, not mom, but her mom's reaction is priceless. So let's reveal. So there was the dog, so cute and white and fluffy, innocent.
This is like a scary image, so...
Cursed image coming up.
Oh no!
Oh
no!
I don't.
He looks like
it has to be Irish.
What's the Grinch? It looks like the dog Grinch. Is exactly
not even that green.
No,
that's way green.
You know the old Jim Carrey movie with the mask.
Yeah, that's more realistic.
No, I don't know why why the first image. There's the owner. I don't know why.
Did you not expect? Or
this is a lot sweeter.
And now it's minty fresh.
What? The first photo cracks me up because it's like the quality of like a Bigfoot sighting kind of photo.
Look,
the rare green dog has been spotted.
It looks like the mom came around to it.
Good job, Larry.
Yeah, now she loves her green pup.
Wow. That or she's just forced herself to accept
what was
that
the
it's
reason?
not going back.
That's my question.
Boredom.
Just pure boredom.
I mean, it's the same reason that we dyed Rachel's hair.
There's few reasons for anything nowadays.
Yeah.
Touche.
Except for the dog can't. The dog
can't fight back.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
he's got some teeth.
He's got some teeth.
He does have some teeth. It seemed like the dog was somewhat okay with it. Go back to that first photo, Larry.
The terrifying.
Yeah.
That really shocked me. Like I had a visceral response. Like
It doesn't look real.
All the way down to the tail, man. Nothing was left untouched.
100% coverage.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Garrett has a dog, and so. How many days do you think it would take in quarantine for you to get so bored that you dye your dog green?
Eternal. I would never.
Never.
But my wife, however, she would dye, or her family actually, if it ever came to the in-laws, like they would dye it green probably in a heartbeat. They're actually Irish citizens. So this would be like.
So this is a matter of
almost
national
natural for
pride.
them.
This is
Yeah.
a matter of national pride.
absolutely.
This is inevitable.
His
for
name is Paddington, which is like
very
So
Irish.
one step down the
Patty.
road,
Yeah.
you're just already on the way.
Yeah,
I
he's
love that.
halfway there already.
All right. Well, I have a
funny.
dog. I'm not gonna dye my dog green anytime soon. My
Okay.
sister might though, so I'm gonna look out for Ginger, my pup, because somebody's got to. Because Mary Alice is going a little crazy. I could see this as a very real possibility once she's seen this episode of Quarantine
Yeah.
Report.
I can
so.
see it now.
Ginger
She's
needs
gonna
an
get
advocate.
her eyes are gonna light up, and just there's
Yes.
gonna be a light bulb above the head.
It'll be like Phineas and Ferb. I know what we're gonna do today.
Christian's just gonna have to look
Yeah.
over at her and be like, no.
Now,
Without
would
saying
she do
anything.
it green or would she pick a different color?
She wouldn't do green. She probably
Pink.
purple or blue.
Oh.
maybe.
But what's the method? That's my question. Like
It
dunk?
was the same
Do we
stuff
dunk?
we used on Rachel.
Oh,
Funny enough, it was the temporary just put it in and leave it for 20 minutes and then it rinses out.
It's not like how you
if
dye
if you
Easter
missed
eggs.
what Christian's talking about,
Yeah.
we dyed Rachel, who is also
Yes.
she's an intern here. We dyed her hair blue
on
the
live
other day on
stream
our live
last
yes.
week. So don't miss the Wednesday at 4 p.m. live streams because you never know what might happen.
absolutely.
All right, well, moving on. What do you know? Another
Classic.
toilet paper story. Every single week, always a toilet paper story.
Mm.
And last week it was said that they are always topping themselves. And I feel like I delivered this week because we've had trucks full
There
of
you go.
toilet paper catching fire. We've had cakes shaped like toilet paper. What else have we had, Larry? I'm trying to think.
Oh, the claw machine.
Yeah,
Different
claw machines filled with
Wow.
toilet
Toilet
paper.
paper.
yeah. But this takes the cake. This was in Utah. I believe it was in Salt Lake City. A helicopter dropped rolls of toilet paper onto a home in Utah, and we have some answers. All right, so Larry, let's not reveal any of the answers yet.
Oh, okay.
So no, you're good. It's you can scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
Scroll down. Yep. Keep going. Keep
Going
going. Keep
slow.
going. Keep going. Okay, so a low-flying helicopter. No, back up. Yeah.
Right
Okay,
here.
a low-flying helicopter normally draws questions. One unloading rolls of toilet paper, considered a precious good during the coronavirus pandemic, gets a small crowd. So it says, even though it was just dark before 9 p.m., a handful of faithful passerby and observant neighbors still gathered at the drop site near 3600 St. Street, blah, 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 blah. They had indeed seen it. Scroll down. This neighbor I love. It was like seeing a UFO. So this helicopter,
Always UFO.
supposedly, here's the images that have appeared
But
before us on
clearly
the internet. Yeah, this low-flying helicopter came over this small neighborhood, hovered above a single home, and then began dumping toilet paper rolls out of the helicopter. And as you can see, there's toilet paper wafting through the air right there.
This is mildly
Extremely
infuriating because why didn't they like wrap it to where it didn't unroll?
What a waste! That was my first thought.
Just like put a rubber band around it and drop it.
if it's such a commodity, don't waste it by TPing
This is-
somebody's
that makes
apartment
no sense.
complex.
This has got to be at
um,
least a roll of toilet paper just gone in the air now.
So I'm just going to take a moment to draw attention to the fact that your first thought was that's a waste of toilet paper. Your first thought was not, why is there a helicopter hovering over a home in a neighborhood dropping anything out?
No, not at all.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah. They could have been dropping groceries off. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that
Delivery.
would be safe.
Yeah.
Just the back of
Yeah.
like
It's
vegetables.
It's not curbside. You don't even have to go to the curb. It's like door front.
Drop it right on the porch.
Just walk
Yeah,
outside with
delivery.
like a big basket, and then
But-
walk back
yeah,
inside.
But I mean, did they know each other? Like, what's,
So, all
what's
right.
the deal?
Well, Ryan, we have some
They know
answers.
each other.
So keep
Thank you.
scrolling,
we
Larry.
have some
That's what I'm really
answers.
curious about.
Okay.
Keep going. So I believe go back up a little bit. Where does it say? Okay, yeah, a series of a paragraph. A
Oh.
woman wrote in a post commemorating the day. No, back down, Larry. Oh yeah, did I mention my best friends arranged for a helicopter flyby? As the helicopter main passes over the house, toilet paper dropped out of the sky and looked like ribbon against the sunset. Magic. So this
Beautiful
was
lyrical
Magic.
statement.
So it was a waste.
Yeah.
well, Disney World's closed. So there's
Oh,
no
it's
fireworks
magic,
shows.
all right.
Why
Magic.
not
Toilet
just
paper.
use regular ribbon? Just use ribbon, not toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just
It's
don't.
more topical.
Well,
It's
like
more
I
topical.
think it's
Stand
cool.
in the front yard.
Well, it's a cool like birthday celebration, but why use
it's
one
more
of the most
colorful.
valuable commodities in the world right
40th
now?
to make a
birthday
statement,
celebration.
Larry. To make a statement.
Yeah.
40th birthday celebration. So
Wow.
this is the definition of extra,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I get it. 40th birthday, it's a big
Yeah.
one, but
It's a big one.
you hired a helicopter?
And wait, wasn't this in the dark? Like, was
Yeah,
it early in
it
the
was at
morning or late at
nighttime.
night?
Yeah.
You can't even see it. What's the value?
Exactly.
Oh, the sunset. I'm sorry.
She
the
knew.
sunset.
That's what made it so magical.
picturesque.
That was the value. She knew. She knew what she was
Yeah.
doing.
She knew. They always know.
So
It,
anyways,
it probably got hung on the
Yeah,
electricity
gotta
wire.
call
It's
out
gotta be a
people,
fire
fix it.
hazard or
oh
something.
goodness.
That's got to be a fire hazard.
Oh, it has to be.
So it said the
Rob
neighbors.
Betfield,
The
Rob
neighbors
Betfield
were
is
all
losing
arguing.
it right
He's going nuts.
The neighbors were all arguing over how many rolls were actually thrown. Like
40.
It sounded like a UFO sighting.
makes
It was literally
Should've
like
been 40.
Like one person was like, "Well, I saw at least 3," and another was like, "Yeah, well, I saw 7." It was the
That's
funniest
a safe
thing ever
number.
reading
Just
on
go
there.
below. What did Caleb Price always used to say? At least 6.
At least
Yeah,
six.
At least
at least
6.
Minimum 6.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, guys, I don't know there's a good and bad to this. Good. This is an incredible story. I hate that this happened, but I also love that we get to read about it and talk about it
Fair
for you
enough.
all and share it with you all. The bad news, I don't know if I will be able to top this one for toilet paper stories.
Yeah.
Pinnacle.
I really don't. So this could be the end of toilet paper stories. If it is, then we had a 2-month-long good run.
Yeah.
Hopefully you all enjoyed them while they lasted, but we may have officially peaked.
Ended on top. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So up
Literally.
next, we have a non-toilet paper story. Now Garrett, he did a little bit of apparently research on his own and debunked
What a
and
researcher.
called out a little bit of clickbait on the part of this article.
Yeah.
But first of all, I would just like to say we're all doomed if this is accurate.
Yeah.
We're all
If this is accurate.
If this
or
is
it's over.
accurate, Garrett claims it is not, but apparently there's a type of hornet called a murder hornet that are native to China, and they kill dozens of people a year by being stung by them, and they've been spotted in California a few times. Larry, you want to scroll down? So that's a mean-looking fella. I think there's another picture.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
real
I don't like it.
scary.
This is making me cringe. This is like
Yeah.
biggest fears, creepy crawly things like this. Don't
Yeah,
like.
things that with a stinger.
Have
So-
you ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
It reminds me of
Oh,
that when the bugs
gosh.
are massive.
But it's only a
gosh.
centimeter. Like it's like 2 centimeters.
Yeah, but if you've been
Yeah.
shrunk.
That's a big bee, man.
That's
For 2
scary.
2
centimeters.
centimeters that big.
That's a big bee. That's a real
My
big bee.
measurements.
Yeah,
are
man. Look
horrible.
at that. That's wowzer.
That's like a.
I don't like bees.
Seems from that far
Really
away. It
don't.
seems like a normal bee.
Okay, let it sting you.
But listen, it says
me
it
in a room
kills
with a murder
dozens
hornet.
a year. A dozen is not that many.
Dozens with an S, Ryan.
Whatever.
Oh, no, so maybe 24.
At least 6.
No. No, Caleb, not. More than
So
6.
Garrett, tell me and tell the students why
course.
do we not need to be terrified?
Well, all right. So, the truth of the matter. Well,
Okay.
let's nail down what's true. They are real things.
Mm-hmm.
They did come over here, and they will hurt you if you get stung
Just like
by
the
one.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
All
So,
3 of those things.
Yeah, it's supposed to feel like burning metal when it bites you, which is pretty. Nobody wants
That
to do
sounds
that.
horrible.
It sounds terrible, right? But don't. It's the murdering isn't supposed to be
Murder.
referring to murdering humans.
Okay.
They're called murder hornets because they murder bees.
So
Like,
they're like bee serial killers.
they are definitely bee serial killers. They take
Wow.
out within a matter of hours. They can take out an entire bee colony.
Wow.
Well-
So they're actually pretty devastating to like.
Well, considering honey is my favorite sauce at Chick-fil-A, I consider the murder hornet a personal enemy now.
Yeah. Well, I would. So there you go.
I have
Amen.
beef
I know.
with
I
the
put
murder
honey
hornet
in
now.
my tea every night. So
Yeah.
I'm not about this. I can't go through a honey
Stop
shortage.
'em.
But as far as, I mean, if you think of dozens of people a year, people who die by other insect stings in in America,
That's what I'm
there's
saying.
dozens of those a
Okay.
year as well. So
Fair enough.
Perspective
it's
people.
just yeah. So
But it's just one more thing. to
You know,
kill
but it
dozens
is
of
one
people.
more thing.
I
Just
knew-
add
One
it
more
to the
One
list.
more thing.
You know,
You
I
just had to
knew-
bring one more thing.
I knew we had a relatively calm April when it came to like another thing happening.
Oh yeah, I
and
know.
so we
Yeah.
were set up for something like this.
Amp it up.
Yeah.
So, like, if you guys don't know, on week 1 of QuaranTeam Report, we talked about there was a locust-like famine going on in
heard
Africa.
about yes.
Yeah, 50 billion locusts. And also, we're still to be determined on who counted the locust. We haven't figured it out yet. I've been looking every week. No one has confirmed, but they say 50 billion
Yeah.
locusts swimming in Africa.
Give or take
yeah.
49
I-
billion.
Maybe America is due for a murder hornet famine.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll take the Hornets
You know,
over.
you could say something
over
like
locusts,
that, but
though.
why?
But
Why
why?
would you?
You know, John the Baptist would have just had a field day then in Africa.
Eating all them locusts?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
As long as those
I need to
Hornets
brush
didn't
up.
take his honey away, he'd be dipping them in some honey. He'd be good.
I need to brush up because I don't get the reference.
John the
Oh,
Baptist, he lived in the wilderness and he ate
Locust,
locusts
honey.
and wild honey.
Wild,
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on.
Nice.
Locusts and honey, man.
All right. Well, that's all the stories we got for you guys today. Yeah, just a good reminder. why I don't want to necessarily live on the West Coast right now. That's why they were spotted, all the Hornets, by the way. So we're safe for now, guys. We're safe for
Yeah,
now.
we're chilling over here.
Always
Oh,
California.
poor
Yeah,
Josh
we got
Ferrante,
3,000
though.
miles.
But
Glad
poor,
you got out, man.
wait,
Yeah.
but Josh
out.
Ferrante. What about Josh
Josh
Ferrante?
Josh.
Ferrante, if you see a
Ooh.
murder hornet, send us a pic. We would love to.
He would too.
Yeah,
he would wrangle it with his
Yeah.
little lasso, and he'll bring it in.
Oh, jeez.
He
His
will.
little 2 centimeter.
He
lasso.
will. He
Yeah.
has it. He has it.
Josh, we're thinking about you. Stay
Yeah.
safe.
Stay safe.
We miss you. Hang out over there in California. Stay safe. Wrangle some cows.
And
Yes.
murder hornets?
Murder
yeah,
hornets.
and murder hornets. If you happen to see one, we would love to see it. So we're gonna move on to a half news story, half personal segment. So if you all don't know, for us today, again, it is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, everyone in this room. And it is, which is Star Wars Day. And The Rise of Skywalker, the final Star Wars film in the Skywalker saga, has officially hit Disney Plus as of today. So as you all are watching this, as soon as this is over, go watch Rise of Skywalker. You'll still have plenty of hours before you need to get to bed. None of us go to bed early these days, anyways.
What is bed?
Yeah,
That's true.
what is sleep at this point?
It's all
honestly.
relative.
So with that being said, what is your favorite Star Wars film, Larry?
You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay. I got ripped from middle schoolers because they all asked me whenever the new Star Wars came out. My personal favorite out of all of them is Episode 3.
Oh, the worst one.
And that's the exact same
Shots
reaction.
fired already. I
No.
knew this wasn't going to go well, just so you guys know.
This is
a
the
very
exact
divisive
same
topic.
reaction that like all of the 8th graders gave to me whenever I told them that. They were furious. But I don't know what it is. And maybe it's like the Anakin and like the big fight scene.
Yeah.
But that's like one of my favorite
Yeah.
scenes in Star Wars.
I'll
agree.
give you that.
And so
agree.
Absolutely.
I like, and it's like the beginning of Darth Vader and all of this like stuff. I thought
And Darth
was my
Plagueis
personal
the
favorite.
Wise.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Oh,
yes.
yes. Okay.
But
Who
yeah,
could forget?
You asked for personal favorites, and that is my personal favorite. I'm sticking with it,
All
regardless
we
of the
can
hate.
ask for is honesty. and you get it.
Regardless
Yeah.
of the hate.
Garrett.
So I have an affection for them all. I really do.
Understandable.
I like the originals because they did a great job with basically no technology
With what
making
they
a
had,
sci-fi
yeah.
film.
Literally
it was really good.
no computing power
It was really good.
whatsoever.
But the first one, not the first one made, the first one, and even in the prequels, Episode 1 is my
Infamous.
favorite.
Wow, really?
Because I
See,
like
and
pod
that's-
racing. I just like the
The
pod
pod
racing.
Okay.
Now the pod racing
Again-
scene is phenomenal. This
Yes.
is not a film podcast where we talk about films here, but I could talk about that scene, how they did that.
It is so incredible.
It still looks incredible to this day.
Yeah. Now
so.
the third one is so cringy because Anakin, when he's flirting with Queen, what's her name?
We
Princess
just
whatever.
talked about this is my personal favorite.
Well,
you wanted
well,
honesty,
most
and
of
then
the flirting
It's
is in the
cringy.
second movie, though.
Yeah,
Attack
or-
of the Clones.
yeah.
what's
And
it?
that's way worse.
What's the
It's
best
terrible.
line in the second one, Christian? The best line in all of Star
Oh
Wars.
yeah,
What is
yeah.
it?
I don't like sand.
Of course.
That's all that's remembered from that film.
Yeah.
you know.
But I like the first one because the pod racing is just
Okay. Yeah. No,
Fair
that
enough,
scene is
fair enough.
incredible.
See, and I'm not gonna judge you
Technologically,
for it.
Thematically.
I'm not gonna judge you for saying that's your favorite.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
Still
So
judging you.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say, like, just as a film, like structure wise, second one ever made, so Episode 5,
Mhm.
Empire Strikes Back, in my opinion, is the best of them. Just structure wise, I think it's the best sequel ever made, especially just because I had to follow up like a cultural phenomenon
Right.
with the first one,
Yeah.
and the fact that it was
And it
still
equaled it.
better
Yeah.
and higher
better.
production value and all that, in my opinion. So that's why Episode 5 is my favorite film. Also, it was the one I most watched as a kid growing up because I had all 3 of the originals and I lost 2 of them.
Oh, no.
So I was stuck with only Episode 5.
Over and over.
So
and
that
over
was what I
again.
watched more than any of the rest of them. But I will say, just from a technological standpoint, most recent one, like from a cinematography, camera work
Yeah.
way, like just looks amazing. So go watch the most recent one because it is a gorgeous film.
Now, Ryan,
Yes.
you've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, you may have noticed that
Yeah.
we did not ask Ryan what his favorite Star Wars film is, and that is because Ryan has not seen Star Wars, correct?
Correct. And maybe I have seen bits and pieces,
Sure.
but I haven't like committed to it.
So we
Yeah.
understood that this was a rough day to ask you to be on the show. We felt a little
Yeah,
bad.
I warned you.
But at the same time,
True.
we really were looking forward to having an outside perspective here.
Absolutely.
So what we want to know from you right here, right now, what is your equivalent to Star Wars? What is your Star Wars? Because for us, Star Wars is a huge part, at least for Garrett and I specifically.
Yeah,
and Larry's
may the
gotten
fourth
into
be
them.
with you.
Larry's
am I
gotten into
right?
them
I
lately.
got it a
Oh,
couple,
man, you
a
can't
couple months
compare.
ago. Yeah, I don't own any apparel. A couple months ago, I got into it, but yeah,
Yeah,
still,
so-
still amazing.
We are all in that culture. So what is
Absolutely.
your,
And I'm
what is your
out.
equivalent? Yeah, you are out.
So, yeah, so here's what you need to know. The thing is, is just showing my anti-establishment side.
Oh,
People
I love
don't
it.
know that about me, but actually anything that people really like and get on a bandwagon for, I'm out. Like I'm out
Okay.
immediately.
It just
So I
completely
really
turns
think,
you off to it.
yeah, I really
Okay.
think that is what's happened with a lot of these things, like
Interesting.
Star Wars and other things, where like the Marvel stuff. Like I just don't. Everyone freaks out
I
over
feel
Marvel
that.
things,
I'm not a Marvel
and I'm
guy.
like, I don't want to. Everyone else wants to. I'm not doing it.
So when Jesus
So-
was like up and coming, right, and he was just like going around and people were flocking to him, you'd have been like, no.
Way to bring that in,
No.
Garrett. Way to bring it that way. I appreciate that.
I'm just kidding.
So, but
man.
to your question, shout out to Disney Plus. It's changed my life. I love it. But
True.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I haven't ever been a huge TV series person until this last year. Summer and I began to watch some shows together, and I like the real and raw stuff. Like I don't really do fantasy stuff, so I have really loved This Is Us. I really do like that show.
Oh, okay.
I like The Good Doctor. I like dramatic things that are real medically. I like stuff like that.
Now
But not
speaking of
fantasy.
shows, Summer outed you a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and you have a reality
The people
show.
already know.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so you already know, so I need to explain myself. So
We need
basically,
answers.
every other season that she's watched it,
The Bachelor, for those of
The
you.
Bachelor,
Yeah.
yeah, The Bachelor.
You're
Every
doing
other
some
time,
more
I've been like, get out of the house. You're not permitted to watch it in the house. Like I'm doing my stuff. That seems really harsh. I'm not abusive.
Ryan loves his wife.
I love her,
Yes.
and she would vouch. I said, just please go out with the girls and watch it.
Watch it in
It's
the car on your phone.
fine.
Watch it in the house.
But this year, I grabbed a piece of it one night. I saw what was happening. I'm like, that's funny. Like, that is really funny. And so I sat down and I'm like, I can make fun of every moment of this,
So-
and I love it.
So is your out and your excuse for loving The Bachelor is because you watch it as a comedy?
It's
He
ironic.
watches
sure.
it to
You-
mock
you
it.
That's
watch
always
it
the
ironic.
first.
Sure.
That's
Oh.
always the first, like the boyfriend or the husband who wants to watch it. It's always a comedy and it's funny, and then they just
It's
end up
real.
watching every.
I
No,
love watching
it's
things
real.
ironically. That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
pastimes.
Well,
not
here's
even kidding.
No,
and
you're
here's
in
how
the
you know
clear.
it's great is that Summer would literally keep her phone by her side and would write down or type my comments that I would make and send them to her girl group constantly.
Oh my
So you're-
goodness.
And would she take credit for them, or would she give you
No,
credit?
no, no, no.
Okay,
She said,
okay.
this is Ryan's thread. And I
Okay,
would just
cool.
be saying stuff constantly, you know. And I felt that made me feel good because I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, I'm
People
powerful.
want to know what I say.
So you're more of a your space culturally, your niche is you like realistic drama.
Absolutely.
Huh.
Bring it on.
What I took away from that
Explains
was
so
Ryan
much.
thinks
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Bachelor is equivalent to Star Wars.
No, you better
Oh,
not go
gosh.
that line. Oh my gosh. Get out.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Well, speaking of Star Wars, we have some memes for you guys today. We have 2 Star Wars ones, and then we have an awesome student submission, which we will get to last. So, Larry, would you hit us with the first Star Wars meme? So, Ryan, I know you're not a Star Wars guy, but this may still hit
I
for
can
you.
appreciate
This may
it.
still land for you.
Mhm.
So, another good thing about less air traffic and pollution at the moment is that most nights you can still see, or you can see the crawls passing overhead.
That's good. Yeah.
So if you
Sure,
guys have
yeah.
seen a lot of the other posts about how nature is returning to its former glory now that human beings are out and about,
Mhm.
this is a little bit of a riff on that because, you know, in Star Wars, they all start with the letters zooming through the sky. Did you know that, Ryan?
Yes.
Did you know that? Okay, you did know
Oh
that.
yes, I can see it in my head.
You're not
right now.
totally in a bubble then,
No.
culturally speaking.
No.
Nice.
With
So
the music.
Yeah,
maybe
with
now-
It's one of the best parts about Star Wars, in my
yeah,
opinion.
the nostalgia and the consistency.
It
you
just
know?
Absolutely.
hits you at the front of the movie
Yeah.
too.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, yeah.
dun. Yeah, every single
And that's
time.
one of the most frustrating things. Sorry, I don't want to get back on like too much of a Star Wars topic. Is like watching sequels of movies. You always forget what happened in the last one, or you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But they always keep you up to speed.
Oh,
Solved.
not in
They
Star
do.
Wars.
Solved.
That's not a problem in Star Wars.
Yeah, they've solved that.
So I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really funny.
Nice.
So next time you guys are outside late at night, look up.
Hold on though. I'm sorry. I know I'm not running this thing, but it.
Well, you are.
I don't
Yeah.
think that nature's back to its former glory or whatever. Because I've seen more people in the park and more people outside in nature
But there have been
than
some-
ever before.
There have been some pretty incredible photos though. Like in Venice, like
Yeah.
where the people have stopped
Pollution.
boating.
Oh,
And like you can
okay.
actually like the water's clear now and it's been black for like 50 years.
That makes sense.
So
okay.
yeah, you're right. More people are out appreciating the nature,
Uh-huh.
but there's less man-made things
Got
going
you.
on.
And
Maybe,
okay,
yeah, maybe.
So I see that.
But
for
it's
sure.
always glorious because it's God's creation. So
Yes.
jokes on all of us because we cannot
on
add or
us.
take away
Boom.
from the earth's glory.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Biblical
Okay.
content here.
I permit you moving on now.
Okay, cool. So this is another good Star Wars one. So aliens visit Earth in 2020. Humans,
Welcome to our disaster.
welcome to our disaster.
Essentially.
Can you help
That's
us,
real.
please?
I've never seen this. I know what this is. This is the Clone Wars. It's the animated Star Wars series. I've not seen this episode, but I did laugh when I saw it when I was looking for Star Wars memes.
It is a disaster.
This is just dry enough of comedy,
Yeah.
and just blunt enough for me to laugh, even without the context.
So in the Clone Wars, I haven't seen them, only the
Mhm.
movies, and oh my gosh, what is the Mandalorian?
Oh
I've seen
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Is our midichlorians still?
Yeah,
doing
it's
their
a thing. It's still a
Okay,
thing.
so we could just ask them, yo, use your force and out this virus.
We could ask the aliens to do that.
Yeah, when they come.
Right.
Okay.
When
Or,
they
or we could
If
just pray.
Jedi were real.
Oh yeah.
Remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Spirit of God working. That's
Power.
right. My fault.
Let's use the real thing.
It has kind of been. It's been a little disastrous this year. Just a real quick recap.
Oh,
We have had some rough things. So January, almost World War III. Remember
Yeah.
that whole thing, the Iran situation.
oh, forgot. yeah.
February, Australia burned up, to put it lightly.
Right.
Kobe.
Kobe in March.
Mhm.
And then Corona has had 2 months. And then maybe murder hornets. Maybe. To be
TBD.
determined.
Yeah.
I want to
Um,
say that it can only go up from here, but
Nope.
it can very much get worse.
No,
Can we
it can
build a
always-
wall
Oh.
separating the murder hornets from the east,
yeah.
keeping them in the west?
I am
keep
very
the murder
much in
hornets out.
favor of a murder hornet wall.
All right. Perfect. We'll cut it off at
Wow.
like Texas is okay, so we'll keep Texas in the east.
Mississippi.
Half of Texas or all of
Oh,
Texas?
Mississippi.
Mississippi River.
Oh
Cut
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Are we going right down the middle of Texas?
Yeah, it's
East
a
and
natural
west.
barrier.
Yeah.
It used to be
Okay.
north and south. Now we're going to be the east and the west.
Right, yeah. We have the
Yeah.
Mason-Dixon line,
Oh.
but
The
now we'll
opposite
need
of
an
that.
east-west
The opposite of that.
We have
The
one more
murder
meme.
hornet line.
We have one more meme.
We do have one more meme.
Okay.
Moving on. This is our student submission from Emma B, 7th grade girl, sent to us, and we loved it. Garrett, you want to read this one for us?
Sure. Do I go from top to bottom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Starting with my normal.
Yes.
My normal day-to-day life. Quarantine. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Me. They're the same picture.
I love the honesty here.
But me not know how,
No,
how to read me.
Your
and stuff.
normal
No,
day
no,
of
no.
life
Yeah.
and quarantine are the exact same thing.
True introvert right there.
Truly.
I mean, fortunately for us, we still have a place to go. We get
Yeah,
to come
praise the
here
Lord for that.
at, most days of the week. So
Yeah. This is my vacation. I do not come here. Most
Yeah, that's
days
why
of
we
the
have
week,
Tom.
so-
By the
I
way,
haven't seen him in like a year.
That's
so.
why
I'm so happy to be here.
that's why Tommy Bahama himself is sitting over here.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
got the fedora, the one
good to
button.
see you guys. Thanks for welcoming me.
Nice.
I gotta go back to Jurassic Park after we finish.
Yeah, for real. Check those dinosaurs.
Doing it to yourself, man. You didn't say that.
So I think that's pretty much all the content we have for you all today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us, for being
Thanks
our
for
guest
having
stars
us.
today.
Yep.
Tommy Bahama and Ryan Lambert. Go watch Star Wars. Maybe we can somehow convince Ryan to watch a Star Wars.
Yeah, just don't press
A Star
me. That's,
War.
you know.
Is that the? Can we make that the
Just a
singular?
single movie. It's
Can
a
you
Star
watch a
Wars.
Star War?
We
for
can
us?
just strap
Yeah.
them in right now and put it on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
TV.
we got a TV right here. So,
Yeah.
guys, we're actually gonna head out right now. We'll talk to you all next week. We're going to strap Ryan to this chair and put on a Star Wars film. So enjoy
You
the
just
rest
be a
of your
guest
nights.
next week. Just don't leave that chair for a week.
I won't leave.
We'll
Yeah.
review all the Star Wars
Buckle
next
in.
week with you.
Sounds great.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys next week on the next episode of QuaranTeam Report. Tune into the message tomorrow night and to Life with Lens later on in the week. See you guys soon.
May the fourth be with you.